Hey guys, what's going on? Drax here with another episode of Learning Modded Minecraft. That's right, we are back, and I have another thing that I want to teach you guys today. We're going to stick into the same thing of thermal expansion. We're going to keep into that. We're just going to go into a little more detail on a few things. You'll see that I have a few more machines up and running. So, first things first is I'm going to explain these machines to you guys. Sorry about that. We have, threw an apple on the ground. So we have an igneous extruder. All of these are basic machines. I haven't upgraded them at all. But I have an igneous extruder, and it pretty much has two tanks. It has a water tank and a lava tank. I think the water tank's over here and the lava tank's over here. But if I give it some water, and then let me click on that. Yep, see water tank's over there. And then if I come over here and I get some lava, there we go. It will do one of two things. If I put the lava in right away, it'll make a piece of obsidian. If I put it here, it will consume the water and leave the lava and make smooth stone. And if I put it here, it won't use anything, but it will create cobble. So that's actually what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and just put that there. I think I actually have to just click on it out here. And now it's a cobble gen. It doesn't take any power or anything. You can see it's not hooked up to power. It's just a nice little machine that creates cobble, stone, or obsidian. And it's just one of those things that it's one of those quality of life things. Over here I have a fluid transposer. This basically lets you take a liquid and put it into a bucket without having to put it out on the ground or something. Then a magma crucible that melts stuff down. So if we see this, we can actually melt stuff into glowstone, destabilized redstone. You can turn obsidian into lava. You can turn coal into liquefacted coal, blaze into lava. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with these machines, and they're just something we'll need eventually. I think, did that actually say cobble into lava? Yeah, just an itty bitty little amount, but yeah, it'll do that too. And then down here we have a sawmill. These things are pretty cool because if you're running low on wood or anything, or you need a lot of planks, you put your wood in here, and it gives you 6 planks instead of the standard 4. And you also get some of the sawdust. And sawdust can be turned into, let's see, it'll be turned into these compressed sawdust, and you use that and you can get charcoal out of it. So it's another little way to get some extra charcoal. And it's got a pretty cool sound to it. But we're going to go ahead and kill that. Just grab all our stuff, and we're going to throw it in here. This guy here is an induction smelter, and this is just to create some other alloys and stuff like that. You can use some rich slag to triple your ores if you wanted to. That's a way you could go about it. You have some other smelting recipes, or you can create like Tinker's alloys, Invar. And so later on, when we get into some more of the recipes and whatnot, you are going to see that that's actually needed. So it's just one of those machines that you kind of have to process everything. Kind of like a furnace, you know. So from there, we are going to cover the different kind of ducts. Now, last episode, we covered energy ducts, which are these leadstone flux ducts. I think that's what they're called, flux ducts. And today, there's actually 3 kinds total. We have flux ducts, we also have fluid ducts, and then we have item ducts. Now, they kind of do what you would expect, but if I come down here and, we look at this, I'm out of water again. I got to continuously sit here and pump water into this dang steam dynamo to keep it running with power. And if I don't, I'm kind of stuck. So one thing that we can use is called an aqueous accumulator. So we look at this. We're going to go ahead and craft this up real quick. Got 2 of those. Going to need a machine frame. Going to need a pneumatic servo, so I'm going to grab that. Grab this. There we go. I'm going to make a bucket because I'm pretty sure it required a bucket. If I go ahead and craft that. So this guy, what it does is it creates water. Now, why would I need it to create water? Well, it allows me to actually pump water out of it. So it's one of those things. It's just like a little pump that you can use to, fuel machines like a steam dynamo that might need water. So I'm going to place this down. And then I'm going to grab my bucket here, and I'm going to put water on either side. But if we look, it's not generating any power or any water right now. But over time, it'll start to create just a little bit of water, like really, really low. And then if I put some water on either side of it, you can see that it starts to go a lot faster. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cover this back up, except for that one spot. And then we are going to make some fluid ducts. So let's go ahead and do fluid. So let's see. I'm going to probably just stick with some cheaper ones. I'll need to make some hardened glass, which is some obsidian and lead ingots, or I can just do some lead and Invar. Let's see. Do I have any Invar? I do. I'll just do a piece of lead. This is like the ultra cheap one. See, transfer rates, contents maybe any temperature. Okay. So we come over here, put that on there like so, and then we should have this full of water at all times, and this guy should start to fill up over time. So it's actually got to fill these pipes, and then it pumps into here and fills that. So one thing you got to make sure is just that, you know, whatever side you're trying to pump out of is actually turned orange. So yeah, that's one way that we've actually made this process a little bit easier on ourselves, right? Right. So next, we want to automate what? We want to automate probably the fuel that goes into this guy and kind of keeps it, you know, full. But I also want to handle something else. I want to handle energy storage, because right now we have the internal buffers on each one of these machines, 24,000 on that particular one, and then we have 40,000 in this. That's not really a lot. Like if I for some reason ran out of power, you know, ran out of fuel for this guy, we wouldn't last very long. So I want to make an energy storage, and what that is we can just type here energy, actually put an E in front of it, energy. So I'm going to make a leadstone energy cell. Now this guy, just some redstone and some lead, like so. And then I'm going to need some more glass. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have much glass at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to smelt the cobble, or I'm going to pulverize the cobble. That should turn into sand, and then I should get glass from that sand. So I should see one piece, two pieces. Very nice. And then we just put that in there. You can remember we can actually just click on that and then shift click, and all of a sudden we have it back. And then I'm going to grab that and then some copper. And then if I hit that, oh, see, we actually have the wrong, the wrong conductance coil. I need an electrum one. I don't have any electrum, so we need to look at the recipe for electrum. And what do we get? We get the induction smelter. We get silver and gold. So let's go ahead and take 3 pieces of that, 3 pieces of that, put it in our induction smelter. And there we go. We can smelt our ingots into other things. Just like I said, one of those things that kind of, you know, you just make other items with it. So we'll just take our redstone here, use our electrum, and then I'll just click that in, and we have a leadstone energy cell. This guy holds 400,000 RF, and it's got a send and receive rate of 200 RF. That's not totally important to us right now, but it will be in time. So I'm going to go ahead and click that on there. I'm going to turn the right to an input. The blue is an input, just like it is on the other machines, and the orange is an output. So I want to actually output to this side over here, and I'm going to want to output to the back as well. All the other sides I'm going to just leave blue. So our pulverizer should continue to get power. No, it's not. Oh, we're actually not generating any power here. So let me grab a fuel. I forgot. Let's just grab the fuel. There we go. We should see energy start to flow in there. There we go. And now we'll just have to wait for that buffer to kind of climb back up for us. We are generating plenty of water. You can see that's topped off. And this guy is not getting any power right now, but you know, it's going to start to send some out eventually. But yeah, where power is building up. So now once the machines buffer climbs up, we'll actually have the energy cells buffer climb up, and this will actually have a representation visually of how much energy we have. So now let's handle the items. So we're gonna type in item duct. There we go. And then I'm gonna make an opaque one of these as well. We'll get into some of the better ones later on. Actually, I think I might want to make just a few more of these, like so. And then I want to take and I want to put a chest around here. Maybe we'll put the chest over here. Let's just take a double chest and just stick him right there. So I want to filter the items from this guy here over into this guy. Now, we can't really do much of anything. I mean, if we put stuff in, nothing's going to happen. So with the item ducts and some of the other ones, if you want to control them a little bit more. But for the item ducts, we need to put in something here. Let me find them. Okay, so we need to put in some of these servos. And the way these servos work is you just need to put them on and they kind of extract and put stuff in and whatnot. So this one, I think it's the cheapest. Yeah, servo. It will extract. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead. We're going to make iron nugget. Let's grab some glass here and just craft that puppy up. I'm just going to make one set for now. No real reason to really jump into any other sets here. Oop, I fell down. Put that on, and then if we right click on it with an empty hand, we can see we have a servo. We can increase and decrease stack size. We can blacklist or whitelist stuff. We're going to turn our redstone control to off. And so what I want to do now is I want to grab all the regular oak that I can. And I think I'm actually going to throw this into the sawmill. But I'm just going to toss those in. We should see whitelist. That's a whitelist piece of wood. Okay, something's not working the way that I wanted it to. Blacklist wood. Alright, what's going on here? Extracts from single slot. Let's see. What else do we have here? Invar. Extracts from single slot. Yeah, the servos are definitely what we need. Maybe. Let's try this. Let's figure out what's going on here. No. That's not what it is. So we got our flux duct. We need them item conduits. So I'm going to break this down here real quick. And I just want to put this on the side here and see if this is going to make a difference. Turn that to off. Did it pull? Let's watch that stack. There it goes. So I guess it doesn't like to pull from the top, but you can see it's just dropping stuff in there. I think it'll actually smelt down that chest. Yeah, it sure will. So yeah, it's just starting to dump the items in there, and it's going to fill this up. So we just seen that first bar. Oh, I apologize about that, guys. It's been a little while since I've actually dealt with these flux ducts. But, you know, hey, that's what learning modded Minecraft is. You know, we kind of jump into this stuff together, and, you know, I'm teaching, but I'm also learning some of this too, because honestly, I don't use a lot of these flux ducts that often. I actually use stuff from another mod, but, you know, we're working here, and we're getting ready to do this stuff together. So one benefit over using some of these other recipes that include this hardened glass is actually being able to see the items go through. So if we grab this guy, I'm actually going to turn him to obsidian, and we're just going to grab that a couple of times here. What I could do as well is I could take this fluid duct. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a fluid duct across. And then these aren't connecting, so I'm just going to hit it right there. Oh, maybe right here. Why aren't you connecting? Oh, because you're item. Never mind. We're not going to do that. We're not going to worry about it for now. But I could just run that up over to here, but this is in the way, so I'm not going to worry about that now. We've got our water in. I'm going to make a little bit more obsidian. And then I'm actually going to take that obsidian and I'm going to smelt it down. So yeah, we can't smelt gravel, so that's why we're seeing that. I'm going to turn this off for now just because I don't want those to actually go into the other system there. I don't want the obsidian to smelt back down into, you know, whatever it might smelt. I want the whatever it is. So we have some of that. We're going to go back into the induction smelter, make some lead. There we go. Just grabbing a little bit more here. We've got 4. And so now we have some of this, you know, hardened materials. So if I use an item duct with some tin, let's go ahead and grab that. Like so. And then we're going to change this up. We're going to take this off. You can see that wood popping out of there because it's actually traveling through those pipes, you know, like we said. Just come over here again. Let's put that servo back on. Ignore. We should actually see, there you go. So that's kind of the benefit of using the other recipe compared to the one that we use. There's an opaque, and then there's a clear. And so the clear is cool because you can actually see the stuff go through. If we had the clear fluid ducts, we would be able to see, that's an item duct. We need some Invar. See what that crafting recipe for Invar is again. Pretty sure it's silver. Nope, it's ferrous and iron. Ferrous and iron. There we go. Then if we pop these guys off, like so, we'll actually see the water travel through those as well. So it's just nice because you get, you know, a visual representation of everything that's happening, as well as, you know, just knowing that it's working. So that's actually filling up. This guy is filled up. This one's getting there. We do have a few machines running, I think, so that's kind of why we're seeing everything, you know, kind of in a rare state of mid, you know, areas. But yeah, guys, I hope you learned something in this episode. It was a little off because I haven't messed with these fluid ducts and everything so far, but hopefully, you know, we'll get into it, we'll learn it together, and I think in the next episode we're actually going to introduce a new mod. I think I'm going to add an MFR to do some farming for us and some other things, and then yeah, we'll start to get into a little bit of automation. All right, guys, see you in the next one.